Strawberry cakes, KFCs, dates, part-time jobs, and crazy parties with friends or family. So basically just a typical Christmas day in Japan. Today let's see how they celebrate it through anime and a little bit of history. So first, because obviously I have to, a quick rundown through boring stuff, so...
Christianity appeared in Japan through missionaries somewhere around 16th century, but the missions grew in force in the 17th century. But because it started getting quite a following and getting too influential for the Tokugawa shogun's liking, because he was then in charge, he said, "Fuck that, we already have 2 religions, don't need a 3rd one, get out of here." And that's how Christianity got banned, and a lot of missionaries alongside the Japanese Christians were killed or forced to live in hiding. Also, after that, Japan basically closed itself from the outside world, and population of Christians shrank to today's more or less 1%.
That's a Christmas spirit! Talking about mass killings a day before Christmas Eve. So now that it's clear that in Japan Christmas doesn't have much to do with religion and more with, well, commercialism, holiday festivity. Let's go through their traditions. Christmas time in Japan is more about friends and couples rather than families, actually. The actual holidays for Japanese for the winter season is the New Year's. That's when they spend time with their families, go to shrines and visit each other. Christmas is more like an excuse for romantic dates, or if you don't have anyone, to have fun with friends. The restaurants are fully booked, there are special courses for couples, and basically everything is catered to them. It's more of a Valentine's Day than an actual Valentine's Day in Japan. There is this kind of hierarchy of plans in Japan that a young person can have during Christmas. Kind of. First, there would be the dates. Obviously, they're the most important ones because it's the most romantic time of the year, right? Then there would be parties with friends. Obviously not the best way to spend Christmas, but could have been worse. You still can exchange gifts and eat a special Christmas treat with them. Gift giving obviously is also a thing, just not as big one as in the Western sphere. You would exchange small gifts with friends and families and a bit bigger ones with your date. Kids still believe in Santa though, but in Japan he doesn't use chimneys because they tend to not have any, so... And then the worst thing you could be doing on Christmas would be working. If you don't have a date or a party planned, then more often than not you would be working on that day to cover for those who do have something to do and to busy yourself so not to think how lonely you are. Someone has to work so that all those couples have places that they can go to and be disgusting in, so... There are a lot of illuminations throughout Japan. Cities seem to try to outdo each other in that aspect. There are a lot of Santas and snowmen and other symbolic stuff adding to the festivity. Often even special illumination shows are held, a lot of the time advertised as a romantic thing to do with your partner. It's also something that tourists like to do, to go and see as many of them as possible in different cities because they seriously try to one-up each other. But to find something connected to Christianity as a belief is quite hard because, again, only 1% of the population of Japan is Christian, so that doesn't add up to many churches, and so that shouldn't be surprising, right? So really, they go on dates during Christmas. Anime didn't lie to you, it's actually true. Now the food. The most traditional of traditions in Japan during Christmas is eating strawberry shortcake. They can vary in flavors, but most of the time they're strawberry. Heavily decorated, overly sweet and just very festive cakes are a must during Christmas. Believe it or not, Japanese sweets look nothing like this. They are mostly made with rice, soy and azuki beans, and they have nothing to do with the Western type of sugary treats. But because of a good advertisement and the fact that Western inventions, I guess, at some point became very hip in Japan, especially among upper classes of the society, Western-style cakes and other sweets became very popular as well. The cake appeared when Japan was going through the westernization. It first appeared in 1922 in Fujiya's confectionery, who advertised it simply, "Let's eat cake on Christmas." And boy, they listened, but only after 1970. Before that, those cakes were too expensive for the most of the population, and to get one was very hard too. But after the war, Japan actually thrived economically, so people started stuffing their faces with those cakes each year. That's how this kind of cake became a part of Christmas tradition in Japan, for no other reason than it's a Western thing eaten on a Western holiday, so it fits. And they are absolutely everywhere during the season. And on that custom grew a saying that a woman after her 25th birthday is like a Christmas cake on the 26th of December. Meaning no one wants her.
婚的歴ってクリスマスに例えられるよね。25までとかって。クリスマスケーキも25過ぎたらただのケーキだし、なんか一晩開けるとデコレーションケーキブームらしくて急に色あせて見えて食べる気しなくなるしね。
Yes, it's a traditional Christmas dish for Japanese people. The anime were not lying to you. People go around buying KFC like crazy to eat the chicken with their families or friends during Christmas. Apparently, it's so popular you have to order it in advance to make sure you can actually get it. It became popular after a well-planned campaign in the 1974 when KFC made an ad saying Kentucky for Christmas.
Kentucky Christmas!
The idea was created when someone from the company actually overheard foreigners talking about missing turkey on Christmas and hoping that the chicken from the KFC would be a good substitute. And it was, but for the Japanese people. The campaign was so successful that now the younger generation just associates KFC with Christmas and doesn't even question it. I mean, to be honest, I have no idea where most of the food we eat during Christmas comes from, so... touché! So yeah, that was a short guide through Japanese Christmas brought to you by the anime.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。
Now please excuse me because I have a pumpkin pie to bake.